Hello. In another series of You Have to Ask the Question, this week's Parsha is Parsha Re'ah. We found a very interesting pasuk that teaches us a lesson that most people overlook because of the direction where the pasuk on the surface goes to. It's Perek Yud Gimel pasuk Zayin. It says the following: Ki yesircha achicha ben imecha. If your brother, the son of your mother, comes to you, O bidcha, your son, O bidcha, or your daughter, O eshes chaychecha, or your wife who's in your bosom, if any of these people come to you, or this re'echa ashek nafshecha, which translates as a friend who's like your very soul, secretly, b'seiser, lemar, saying to you, nelcha, let's go, and na'avod Elohim acherim, let's go serve other gods. Torah says you should not listen to them. So it's interesting, you look at the order of the verse, and now we have this strange character that we're being introduced to as a re'echa ashek nafshecha, a friend who's like your very soul. So Rashi comments, what does a re'echa ashek nafshecha, who is this person? He says it's your father. That's who it's referring to. So the first question we have to ask is, we have a word for father, father. Why doesn't the pasuk, the Torah, just use the word avicha, your father? If your father comes to you and tells you come and serve other gods, why don't we shouldn't listen to him? Why does he have to use this strange language? And secondly, if they're looking at the order of who is going to be the most influential in a person's life, it starts off with the brother, and then your children maybe has a greater influence on you, and then your wife, but then it says your father. In most scenarios, we always find that a person is more influenced by their wife than they are by anybody else in their life. That's the one that the Torah warns us in other places as being very dangerous to not follow and have her lead you astray. So the question is why is the order his father is placed as a more serious threat? And secondly, why isn't used the word father to begin with? So it could be that the Torah is teaching us a very fascinating lesson. It could be like this. Who are we talking about in this verse to begin with? We're talking about somebody who is an adult, who is keeping the Torah and mitzvahs, is a religious person, and somebody's trying to subvert him to go away from the Torah. How did this person become such a person? Obviously, it means he had a good upbringing. He had good influences. He had a good relationship with his parents. He had a stable home. The Torah is teaching us here that what kind of relationship should a person have with his adult children? How should that develop? The reason why we adults listen to their parents is not because they're smarter than they are. It's not because they're bigger or stronger or wealthier. In many of those cases, it's not true. The reason why we listen to our parents when we're adults is because we trust what they're telling us is for our best interest. It's like our very soul is speaking to us. They're like a friend who is a re'echa ashek nafshecha, a friend who is like your very soul. Therefore, the Torah is warning us that if you have such a relationship with your parents, and you see that, and you will listen to them even if logic dictates that you shouldn't, everything else dictates, but they're my parents, I trust them to that extent. Nevertheless, you can't listen to them when they tell you to serve other gods. The Torah is so concerned that they can have such an influence on you that's possible because of their relationship. But it teaches us how a parent and a child's relationship should develop. As we grow, a relationship shouldn't be that we just idolize our parents and that we're subservient to our parents or we're afraid of our parents and we honor our parents. It's that we trust our parents to the sense that it's like our very soul. Our blessing to everybody is that we should have those relationships with our parents above us and with our children below us. Have a wonderful Shabbos.